welcome to part 3. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, I thank you all for pushing play and spending a little bit of time with me today. So if you've watched part 1, part 2, this is probably part 2 or part 3. I'm not really for sure where I left off on some of the other videos, but today is paint day. Okay, I know originally I was supposed to start in the workout room, but I decided, so my grandbabies can go ahead and have somewhere to be instead of just cram down there with me in my sitting room. I was going to go ahead and start in the guest bedroom. So if you haven't watched part 1 and part 2, my daughter moved out, her and the grandbabies, so now I want to get my grandkids slash guest bedroom painted and put together and all that good stuff. Okay, so I'm going to turn you guys around and show you what all I have done. So give me a sec. All right, so this is where we are. I have gotten everything out the room. I have already prepped, meaning I have went ahead and did all the holes from where pictures or something happened, some damage. So I've done all of that, taken the blinds down. Even over here, as you can see, patched my walls. I've cleaned the baseboards. I have not taped them. I'm gonna let them dry, but I did go ahead and clean the baseboards. But I got paint for the walls that is good for stains, all that. I did get that, so I'm happy about that. So that way I don't have to necessarily wipe down the walls. But yeah, I have taped off, taken my covers off, taped everything off. So we're gonna start with the ceiling first, of course. Remember I said I don't know what phase I was in when he moved into our house, but I was painting the ceiling. I don't know, but I'm going to paint the ceiling back white. It is like a darker gray. You probably can't tell, but maybe you can tell the two-tone here. It's a darker than the wall. And then I'm just going with a regular ceiling paint white, and then the wall is going to be a commercial white. Okay, just going to keep it basic. I'm not going to do any accent walls in here or anything like that. I'm just going to decorate it for the, for what it is. It's a small room. It's not that big. So yeah, so we're going to get busy. The brand I'm using for the paint is going to be Behr. This is not sponsored, but this is what I've always used, is the Behr Interior Ceiling Flat Paint. It has low odor, which I love, and it is a paint and primer in one, and it's ultra pure white. So I've got my little setup, all of that. So this is the ceiling. Like I said, you can see that it is gray, darker gray than that. And I've already taped off my light. I have not taped around that. I need to do that. But yeah, I'm going to get that done. I may show you a little bit, not too much, because what is there to see? But we'll get a few. But anyway, it's time to get busy. Today is Saturday. May 3rd is actually my son's birthday. So if you're watching, son, happy birthday.
Cheap niggas make you pee, rich niggas get you bought. Gave a Bentley to ballet and let that nigga dry the boat. Let me pop off, leave the club sloppy, drunk, come home and get my rocks off. Her bitch from the south, he tryna see me knock his socks off. Told them bitches meet me at the top, think they got lost. I'm on go like Reese. She thought I would kiss her ass, she must ain't took a mess. Shit around my nigga, cuffs arm and leg. Swear that nigga set for life, I let him give me pre. I done it all, feel like shot it low. Laughing to the pain, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. Bitch, you set it up, and put it on the floor. I done it all, feel like shot it low. Laughing to the pain, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. Bitch, you set it up, and put it on the floor. I don't know what y'all been told. Bitch, your mans know if you don't, what's happening? Smoking on that gas, blunt, biggest Colorado. Bitches like to run they out, but I'm the type to run a fade. When your diamonds hit like this, you don't never see the shade. Got the key to my city, they gave me a holiday. Bitch, all kind of shit. Let me pull my diamond tester out, bitch, you counterfeit. Better keep my name up out of mouth. They been trying it. If it's deep, then let me know. Baby, why you hiding it? And I heard It's crazy about me, better be ready to die. I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Laughing to the pain, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. She said it's up and put it on the floor. I done it all. Feel like shot it low. Laughing to the pain, but shit is not a joke. Say she got a pop, imaginary smoke. She said it's up and put it on the floor. I don't know what y'all been told. Bet your man know if you don't, what's happening? Put that shit on the floor then. Y'all bitches like to talk. That shit on the floor then. All this imaginary smoke, all this he say, she say, you feel me? Let me know.
I been missing out the walk with the men. I been building up the blocks like a man. Elliot got water dripping out the ceiling. Oh my God, what he got to got? Oh my God, what that boy on top? Sipping walk, make my heart stop. Audio, yeah, my love, my tie. Look, I let it go. Put her on, put that whole payroll. Put that whole on go. Yeah, she like to go. Yeah, she love to blow. Get that dick show, like snow cone. Yo, get that bag, show 'em how to ball. I'm in the mall, yeah, I'm sitting tall. Look like y'all mean, all these hoes know, all these hoes know, all they got the roll, give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm in a minute, I'm gonna tell you, Cardi B and Pepper, Cardi B and Kick the shit in, yeah, give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute, Cardi walk in, Cardi making hit, we don't need some nigga, we don't need my jelly, make sure ain't no nigga, make sure I got linen, money got the selling, I been looking in, we be getting in, I be ex-ass bitches, ain't no jealousy, I be ex-ass bitches, ain't no messy, fucking on your baby, I'm a great baby, 21, sitting on 2 million, yeah, I got a deal, might sign another deal, get my partner deal, if I go to jail, money for the bill, money on the scale, give me a minute, yeah, I need a minute.
All right, guys, so I have done 2 coats on the ceiling. I'm gonna let it dry. I may have to go over it again, but for right now, as you can see, I have done 2 coats. Just know that even sometimes with primer paint that has primer in it, sometimes you still may have to do more than 1 or 2 coats. It is still drying, as you can see, spots that I just painted. It is still drying, but yeah, so while that is drying, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the walls. So I've got my paint out. Like I said, I'm just doing commercial white, and it is primer and paint. So, but still, I may have to do more than 1 or 2 coats, but we'll see. So I'm gonna start with this wall and go up as far as I can, and then I'll do the cuts last, just because I want to just keep going, because some of that is still wet. So yeah, we're gonna keep it going, guys.
If you got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no room for guessing. No more than emotionally invested. Showing you all my imperfections. Oh, if I let you, don't take me for granted. Yeah. If I were more than you could manage. Yeah. Oh, we could be honest. Closer to me. Oh, give me peace, solace. Promise that you won't let me fall. That I can have this moment tonight. You could do it. You could do it. Worry about me and who I fire. I get what I desire. It's my empire. And yes, I call the shots. I am the umpire. I sprinkle holy water upon the vampire. In this very moment, I'm king. In this very moment, I slay Goliath with the sling. This very moment, I bring, put it on everything. That I will retire with the ring, and I will retire with the crown. Yes, no, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I couldn't do it all alone. We, Young Money raised me, grew up out in Paisley, Southside Jamaica, Queens, and it's crazy. Cause I'm still hood, Hollywood couldn't change me. Shout out to my haters, sorry that you couldn't faze me.
All right, guys, this is day 2. I did have to get up this morning and touch up the ceiling as well as the walls. Like I said, even with paint that has primer, you still may have to do more than one coat, maybe even 2 or 3. But I have the light on, so I'm gonna turn the light off. And like I said, I did the ceiling in Ultra White by Bear, and then the wall color is commercial grade white. But I do like the fact that there is a contrast between the ceiling and the wall. The wall color I'll leave on the screen is by Glidden, I believe. And it's just commercial grade white. It's a good idea or a good suggestion is to always make sure that you take a picture of the top of your can, especially if you're using the same color throughout your home. You never know, one day you may need to do a touch-up paint and you want to be able to match it without guessing. Take a picture of the top of your can, get it printed out, because we know how we lose pictures and storage in our phones and we get to deleting stuff. So take a picture of the top of the can. It's only probably about 5 cents, 10 cents to get it printed out at Walgreens or CVS and put it up somewhere. So if you do need to paint or touch up whatever wall you have the exact mix for that particular color. Okay, just FYI. All right, so everything is done. Only thing I have not done, guys, is like all my doors in my house need to be touched up. I mean, but I'm tired. So only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get me some good Lysol, Pine Sol, bleach, water, whatever it is. I'm going to clean the doors real good, because I don't feel like going back to the store to get paint. And I feel like once I start on the doors, I would like to do all the doors in my house, because all of the doors in my house need to be touched up. So I'm just going to clean the doors real good, and maybe another 3-day weekend where, you know, we have a holiday that we're probably not doing anything. I will then go in and probably paint all of my interior doors. Okay. But not today. Your girl is tired. Okay. But just to give you a 360, I've done the windows. They're done. All of that. The baseboards. I did all of that. Yeah. So I had to do about 3 coats on the ceiling, and you may not have to do that if your ceiling is like a white or something like that, but because I had gray, that may be why. But like I said, even with the primer in the paint, you still may have to do more than 1 coat. But this, the walls, I think everything looks really good. It seemed to have opened up the room. Like I said, I don't know what I was thinking when I moved into this house and painted the ceilings. I don't know. Going through something, thought something different, but it definitely opened up the room, made it seem much bigger. Now, the next project at hand is the headboards. So this is my oldest grandson's headboard. We had bought him a bed. It was actually a platform bed. It's more of I don't know what color that is, but when we went back to the store we bought this from, I even took a picture and I couldn't find it anywhere. They did not have it anymore. So my daughter only had 1 baby at the time, but now we have another boy. So of course, the headboards do not match at all, but that's okay. They're brothers. They're not twins. So they had this one marked on clearance for $10 due to imperfections and stuff like that, which does not matter, y'all, because you know we can sand those imperfections and we can paint or stain whatever we need. So don't be afraid to get stuff off of clearance or marked down that may be a little damaged, as long as the wood's not chipped or broke off or anything like that, unless you're good at repairing or fixing. But imperfections with scratches, we can fix that. We can sand it down and we can stain it. We can paint it. In my case, I am going to be painting it. Hold on. So I decided to do black, and I'm going to just use the Glidden, of course. Glidden, I think I did in the satin. It was recommended for painting the furniture, and it is in onyx by Glidden. So I'm going to also take a picture of this just in case down the line I need to touch up their headboards. But this is what I mean by take a picture of the label, because it has all of the codes or whatever to mix the exact same shade and everything. And if you can't remember if you got satin, gloss, semi-gloss, it's going to be on the label. So take a picture. So that is what we're about to get started. I'm going to go ahead and sand this down, get one painted, and I'll probably come back and show you me painting the other one. And no, I'm not painting the back because you're not going to see the back. I'm only painting the front. You heard me. I'm only painting the front. Good enough. All right. All right, guys, so I just wanted y'all to see that what I'm doing, I'm going in with light layers. I'm not trying to do too heavy because we're going to probably do more than 2 coats. So, you know, I want to get in right in there. You see, I got to get in there good. So, you know, on both sides, you gotta get those corners and those edges. So I'm not going in heavy with the paint because I'm going to do more than, I know for sure, more than 2 layers. So I'm going to go in with light layers and then, you know, continue on until I'm satisfied with how it looks. So if you're painting furniture, don't be too heavy, especially if you're using a brush. Now, if you're using a sprayer, which I don't have one of those, and it's not worth me investing in because this is not something that I do on a regular basis. Now, if I knew I was going to be painting furniture, if I was a DIY where you go in and, you know, refurbish furniture and stuff like that, it would definitely be worth the investment. But now we do have a spray that we use for the fence. My husband has one, but it's not a small one. So it's not something I want to bring in the house or use outside. So this is going to be just fine for what I'm doing. It's just going over with an angle brush, and I'm getting in there good, like in there where the other I can't reach. And I started on this one because I knew this one was going to be the hardest because that one is not as, it doesn't have all the details as this one does. So I'm just going in with light layers, like I said, making sure that I get off in there real good. Okay, get those painted up in there. Okay, and then get a little more paint. All right, and this is not taking long at all. And you want to go with the grain of the wood. Don't be brushing like this if your wood is going horizontal, okay? If it's vertical, like this part, then you go vertical, okay? Go with the grain of the wood. All right. So I'm trying to hold my phone. I'm not using my camera. I'm holding my phone just so y'all can see. And then I'm going to hit the edges. Just going to hit the... All right, y'all, so I'm done with the first layer, and this is what it's looking like. Looks good, but I'm pretty sure after about 2 more coats, it's gonna look real good. So, yeah, loving it, loving it. And like I said, this is onyx black. So now we're gonna paint this one. Okay, so this is the color it is now. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this first layer done, and then I'll come back and show you what it's looking like. All right, guys, so I've got the first layer on both headboards. This is what we're looking like. You remember the color it was. So like I said, just light, it's a light layer because I'm gonna do about maybe 3 layers on each one. But now they are both at least black. They're not twins, but they're brothers. But yeah, I like how it turned out. Give you a shot. It's drying. So I'm gonna let it dry for maybe about 45 minutes because, baby, I need to take a break from painting, doing the second and third layers on the walls and ceiling. So I'm gonna let this dry for maybe an hour, Then I'm gonna come back and do another coat. All right, guys, I just did the second coat and it's looking good. I think I may stop here after it dries. And yeah, because it looked good after the first coat, but I saw some spots where I missed, so I just went on and did a full coat on each one. But it's drying again. So I'm gonna let it fully dry and then I'll come back and look at it later on, maybe about, I may let it dry at least a full 2 hours and then see if I need to hit any other spots. But I think I've gotten all the spots that I may have missed the first time. But it definitely looks good. I think I'm gonna be happy with the final look. And if I am, then the next thing you will see will be the room reveal. Okay. Good morning, guys. It is actually Mother's Day. I believe it's May 18th. And yeah, babe and I are on crunch time. We actually fly out for vacation on Friday. So yes, it's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to myself as well as my mom, who I am blessed to still have. But I am on crunch time, so we have got to get the room put together. Stanley Steamer came out yesterday, did the carpet. It is dry, so now I've got to put stuff together and get the room together. So my brother will actually have somewhere to sleep while he's house sitting and staying with my mom while we're on vacation. Happy Mother's Day, Mommy.
Thank you.
So I'm finna get busy. I mean, hey, it's Mother's Day every day. I'm going to see my children. The main one is my son who lives out of town. I don't really get to see him that often, so he is coming down. So we're going to eat dinner. We're going to enjoy one another, but I'm going to also be working. So got to get this done. All right, guys. So this is what it's looking like now. Carpet is clean, it's fresh, it's painted, all that good stuff. But of course, now comes putting furniture and putting the room together. So the next time you see the room, it will be complete. So we almost got the desk together. As you can see, only thing when you order something in the mail, and especially when it's just particle board, it does have a chip here. I'm not going to send it back for that. You know, I do have the black onyx paint that I use to paint the headboards. I'm just going to try to fill it in with something like a little filler and then just touch it up with the paint and go on from there. But yeah, and it also has a LED light strip right here up under here. But yeah, so we're almost through with the desk, and then we're going to move on to the next thing.
So that means...
All right, so because the headboards were not the same size, the bed over here that baby's sitting on, we had to adjust the legs so that we could have them pretty much the same height. And then also because the bed frames didn't match up with the holes that were already in the beds, we had to drill new holes and go to Home Depot and get more hex screws and everything to make it work. But like I said, you can always make adjustments. They're not the exact same headboards as you can see. But again, the boys are brothers, not twins.
brand new. Bitches acting like they running shit they really ran through. I spend that 500 before I ever trap you. They thought I was gon' fall off, I hate to bring you bad news. So many racks, a bitch can't even see the flow. From Atlanta to LA, the only time I'm back and forth. Cheap niggas make you pee, rich niggas get you both. Gave a Bentley to valet and let that nigga dry the boat. Let me pop off, leave the club, sloppy drunk, come home and get my rocks out. Her bitch from the south, you tryna see me knock your socks out. Told them bitches meet me at the top, think they got loud. I'm on go like Grizz. She thought I would kiss her ass, she must ain't took a mess. Shit around my nigga, cuffs on arm and leg. Swear that nigga set for life, I let him give me pre. I done it all.